Have you ever looked at a mountain and wondered what stories it could tell? Some stories are written in books, but others are carved into the earth itself. Across the world, there are marks believed to be left by the first human. One of the most famous is a footprint said to belong to Adam. This single mark has fascinated millions for centuries, serving as a mystery, a sacred symbol, and a reminder of our origins. For believers, it's a physical link to the dawn of humanity. The legend of Adam's footprint connects people across cultures, speaking of a shared origin and a common ancestor. In many traditions, especially in Islam, this footprint is a sign of God's power and mercy, a story of beginnings, mistakes, and forgiveness. As we explore this ancient mystery, we're not just looking at history, we're looking at a mirror reflecting our own search for meaning. The story of Adam's footprint is about all of us, a reminder that we're part of one human family. Sometimes the most profound truths are found in the simplest signs, like a single footprint left on the earth. What message does it hold for us today? Who was Adam? In Islam, he's not just the first human, but also the first prophet. His story begins in a heavenly garden, where God created Adam from clay, and gave him knowledge even the angels didn't possess. Adam and his companion, Hawa, Eve, lived in paradise with one rule: don't eat from a certain tree. Tempted by Iblis, Satan, they broke this rule, felt regret, and were sent to earth. Their story is the story of the first family, of mistakes, remorse, and seeking forgiveness. God, in His mercy, forgave them, teaching that repentance is always possible. Adam's journey on earth began with humility and forgiveness. He became the first prophet, guiding humanity back to God. His life is a blueprint for our own spiritual journey, to learn, to err, to seek forgiveness, and to strive for goodness. The story of Adam is a lesson in hope and redemption. It's a reminder that every new beginning starts with a step, sometimes a single footprint. What can we learn from Adam's journey? How does his story shape our own? Where did Adam first set foot on earth? Many Islamic traditions say it was on a mountain in Sri Lanka, Adam's Peak. For over 1,000 years, pilgrims of different faiths have climbed this mountain to see a large footprint at its summit. For Muslims, it's Adam's mark. For Buddhists, the Buddhas. For Hindus, Shivas. This shared reverence makes Adam's Peak a symbol of unity. Another sacred site is in Makkah, near the Kaaba, where Adam is believed to have built the first house of worship. These places serve as physical anchors for a spiritual story, making the ancient past feel present. Visiting these sites is a way for believers to connect with the origins of their faith and the Father of humanity. The footprints, real or symbolic, are signposts on a spiritual map. They guide people on their own journey of faith, linking them to the very beginning of the human story. What draws so many to follow in Adam's footsteps? What does a simple footprint in stone represent? For millions, Adam's footprint is a symbol of our shared origin. It reminds us that all people, regardless of background, descend from a single ancestor. In a divided world, this is a powerful message of unity. The footprint also carries deep spiritual meaning. Adam's story is one of creation, mistake, and redemption. It marks the beginning of human life as we know it, a life of trial, striving, and hope. Just as Adam sought forgiveness, the footprint reminds believers of God's vast mercy. It teaches humility. Adam, honored by God, made a mistake, and began his journey with repentance. The mark on the stone is a silent sermon on staying grounded and remembering our origins. This single mark becomes a focal point for reflection, connecting personal faith with the grand narrative of humanity. When we look at Adam's footprint, we see a reflection of our own existence and our place in creation. Adam's footprint isn't just a relic, it's a source of living lessons. It teaches resilience. Adam was sent from paradise to a challenging world, yet he learned, survived, and guided his family. The footprint symbolizes that first step into a new reality, taken with faith and determination. It's also a lesson in forgiveness. Adam and Eve's regret led them to seek God's mercy, showing that redemption is always possible. The footprint reminds us that our past mistakes don't define our future. Adam was sent as a steward of the earth. His footprint is a reminder of our responsibility to care for the world. It's a call to be mindful of our impact and to protect the planet for future generations. The story of Adam's footprint is also a lesson in unity, reminding us of our shared humanity. These timeless lessons, resilience, forgiveness, responsibility, and unity, are as important today as ever. What will your footprint say about you? In the end, Adam's footprint is a story about connection, linking us to the very beginning of humanity. For believers, standing at Adam's peak or hearing the story, the past feels alive and present. The footprint is a bridge across centuries, a physical touchstone for faith. It makes the story of the first man tangible, providing a focal point for prayer, reflection, and wonder. This legend shows our deep need for connection, to our origins, to each other, and to the divine. The footprint unites believers across the world, creating a sense of global family and shared heritage. It's part of the collective memory of a faith, retold across continents and cultures. Adam's footprint represents our beginnings, struggles, search for forgiveness, and hope for connection with the divine. Whether a literal mark or a powerful story, its message endures. We all walk a shared path. In a single, humble mark on the earth, we find the enduring power of faith to connect us all.